Are you able to share your screen, Dr. Kumar?
Yeah. Can you see?
Yes. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, we can see. Thank you.
So I'm handling this geothermal for the last around 10 years. And despite all the odds, I have been trying to promote it through market mode as well as awareness where the people can come to join in this noble cause, where I believe that this can contribute a lot in the energy scenario as well as the climate change issues prevalent in the world. First of all, I would like to introduce, I have divided it into two parts. First, I would like to throw some light on electricity generation scenario and how it can be tapped and why we could not tap also due to the certain issues, policy issues as well as the commercial issues. And but we are endeavoring to get it on load in the power scenario. Second part I will cover on the direct application, especially the cooling and heating scenario well available in India as well as all the countries in detail. So first of all, I would like to present this geothermal atlas of Indian subcontinent, including this Pakistan, Bangladesh, and down up to the Andaman Nicobar, the down south corner neighboring the Indonesia. In this, in the last 2 decades, we have been surveying and establishing the potentials by physical as well as chemical analysis, and around 340 hot springs in 7 provinces as I have located in the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Out of this, number 1, the Himalayan province, it is on the tectonic teeth and having the highest potential for the power generation. All other places like Sohna, Kambe, and Son Narbada, West Coast in the numerical order, they have the medium potentials and well able to contribute in the low enthalpy as well as the direct application. It has got market also nearby, where this thing can be used. We are refining it also by next year. Some data will be refined, but we will be concentrating on the present goal in number 1, that is the Himalayan province, and we have declared one province, Ladakh, as a zero carbon by 2030. So in that, geothermal will play a very substantial role. I will explain you in later on. India is emerging market with latest figure of 8.9% growth rate in GDP and joining the top economy in the world, having around 3.17 trillion GDP. And to support that sort of growth in GDP and that GDP, electricity demand is expected to rise exponentially. Presently, we have around installed capacity in the electricity market around 403 gigawatts and RE capacity around 28% and installed 114 gigawatts, mostly solar and wind. We have crossed solar power more than 50 gigawatts and wind also substantially. Non-fossil fuel capacity target by 2030, we are envisaging 500 gigawatts. And in this, we wish to contribute something from the geothermal power and little substantial from the application in the way of energy saving and all, so that the load on the infrastructure can be compromised. Now we come to some bottlenecks. The geothermal power tariff has been high compared to the other forms of RE available, not only in India, but all other parts of globe also, Asia, Africa and all, where the solar has touched around 2.5 to 4 cents per kilowatt. And now the wind energy also coming around in the same range. And it is difficult to penetrate the RE scenario through the geothermal power tariff. Here, despite the worldwide average around more than 10 cents a kilowatt, the feed-in tariff and all over the country, other countries who are very rich in geothermal, this has proved to be a major stumbling block. Why any endeavor could be made in the power generation, despite our intention of supporting it also to the maximum extent, whatever we are supporting in the other RE like solar and wind. In the beginning, we have supported almost up to 30% of the capital costs. Hence, our solution that another problem at the point 2, I would like to state that geothermal is available where our demand center is not there, and where the load demand is there, it is distant from the geothermal sources, and transmission network or cost has been a stumbling block. I will explain you later in what has been done in the transmission feed, so that bottleneck has been almost eradicated. In the advent of this argument, we have been pressing hard to go for the direct heating and cooling applications, where we can beat the scenario when we compare the fossil fuel applications, be it a rural area or the air conditioning applications or the power generation off time. And these deep, wherever we can encounter this deep well capable of producing enough heat, it can be brought to utilization. And you know, the Indian market is 70%, more than 70% rural oriented. We have got sufficient areas and applications in the market, so that we can come as a solution to the problem what we are planning. As per electricity provisions in India recently, now any power developer of capacity greater than 1 megawatt can sell the power in market, can sign PPA with anyone, anywhere in India, with interstate transmission free. So anywhere that we explore the electricity, wherever 5-6 prominent locations are there in India, and it can be in elsewhere. There are around 50 gigawatts of transmission capacities spread all over the country, has been established in last decade. So previously thought problem of evacuation of this geothermal power will not arise. This is what the point I want to convey to the gathering. As far as the geothermal power is concerned, whereas we know that in India it is a very restricted resource. Comparatively, it is expensive. Unless we can reach out area-wise, unless we go deep. And with the advent of technology by the Geothermal Society all over the world, and our engineers and scientists, if we make some progress in the ultra deep drilling and all, where some research is going on in MIT and USA and all, where is the plasma driven or gyrotron driven ultra deep drilling, if possible in coming decade, then our target of achieving a gigawatt target by 2040, we would like to achieve, and that energy should be more competitive with the other forms of energy plus storage, and around 4-5 cents will suffice this purpose if we achieve that. That's a separate topic, and we at a policy level, this point has been proposed at the various senior levels, and in this area we would also like to make the R&D efforts also, so that the thing can be realized. Lastly, as I have envisaged, am I visible?
No, you've stopped sharing.
Your slides have gone off.
Okay.
Sharing is closed.
That is it coming?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we're back online. Thank you.
So the challenges in the transmission sector, many of the potential sites like in the Himalayan province, we are going to establish around 6 gigawatts of transmission line, bringing it to the plains, to the load centers, and it will help in evacuating few hundred megawatts power available in geothermal power available in Himalayan regions. And in this, we have implementing not only this green energy corridor schemes, one successfully we have implemented, created around 50 gigawatts, and another 25 gigawatts primarily to evacuate solar and wind, as well as it is having a geographical spread all over. So wherever we encounter the geothermal power, we can get going. So this is the three aspects I would like to share, where the developers and the geothermal specific companies can look towards India and come forward in establishing the plants in the country. Now we come to the geothermal heating and cooling, primarily the topic today. This can be installed anywhere in the country, and India is the place where we have got minus 30-40 degree temperature also, and plus 40-50 degree temperature also. So cooling as well as heating applications are available, and when it is sourced from the ground or water, it will give a tough fight to the other forms of direct heat. This technology can be used for the district heating cooling applications, where some surveys also have been done in the prominent in the Mumbai region, where the data are available with our Bureau of Energy Efficiency organizations. In Ladakh, Himachal Pradesh, and all the colder regions like Nepal, this heating applications is very much feasible and available, not only from shallow depth, but in the geothermal deep wells also. We can directly, we have got some demand centers available where we can use it. This technology I will deliberate in presenting in agriculture use, horticulture, in the next slides, aquaculture, some cooling solutions in rural areas which we are thinking, and it may be some incentivized also for these applications based on the industry's demand. In rural areas based on the water-based or the horizontal ground loop, because in this we have found that this GSHP technology, the going vertical, although we have got the sufficient infrastructure for drilling the water supply, tube wells and all, but still it goes a little on the higher side, and if we go for the horizontal model, somehow it can provide. Heat pump deployment can provide huge saving as evident, up to 30-50%. In this, I would like to point out that in India, mostly more than 1000 billion units of electricity is produced. And with the 400 gigawatts, and this is in summer season, and especially with the climate change, the extreme heat being encountered, load demand increases very substantially. And as per the Energy Resource Institute TERI, this studies, almost 40 to 50% load are cooling. And even if we target 10% of it, we can achieve gigawatt scale electricity saving, and it's a less load on the infrastructure. So the market is available and benefits are also available. Similarly, the heating solution in Ladakh, I have pointed out, this is the Himalayan province. And here the energy can be used for agriculture, horticulture activities also, and heating solution to space and heating water that can be drawn not only by the GSHP applications, but through the plant also, where we may not generate the electricity and use it directly where the market is available. These are the some yes, from the academic some heating cooling uses, where again I will point out this soil warming. This for agriculture, this soil warming is also available and it's needed, especially in colder regions. In agriculture, we have found out. Else, greenhouse heating for certain crops, especially the food crops, and industry heating, aquaculture. These are the areas which I can identify in the developing countries we can target, and such applications can result in the sufficient savings and some commercial technical solution to the common users who needs this. Now we come to the cooling solution, whatever is available now. Climate change induced weather conditions like extreme heat waves this year encountered in India as well as other parts of Asia, storms across the globe, and the heat wave not only it has spread over the Europe also, and people are not only worried. It will affect the agriculture and this horticulture to the maximum extent. Not only the direct application, but it will affect the cycle also. So for the temperature sensitive crops, the time will come in the coming decade to have the greenhouse or the closed commercial agriculture to make up for these losses, because these things will keep on coming for some time till we control the climate. And India wants to experiment, and we want to spread our geothermal, which will give a very economic and commercial solution and technical solution to the farmers, the preservers, storage people. So it will come in a big. India has a food grain production 296 million ton from around 127 million hectare area. And horticulture produce, you will notice this substantial 320 million tons from the 25 million hectare area only. This is second largest in 2021. If it gets affected, it will affect the food chain and food security situation in many other countries where we export. Now, how we can apply this our geothermal cooling heating applications in rural areas? In urban areas, fine, we can go for the district heating cooling and we can go vertically, and for where we have a sufficient technology available as well as the higher markets. In the rural areas, India has created around 500,000 ponds over last decade for water harvesting as well as the storage of water and for raising the groundwater table. All these things will contribute to the technical aspect of GSSP applications. These water bodies can be utilized if we can give some solution to the cooling solutions to the farm areas where the people need to store for a few days till it reaches the market. These all horticulture produce which is now has no such type of big chain available. Adverse climate reduces yield exponentially, triggering food security issues. So geothermal, including a hybrid solution, we'll say we will not depend only on our solution. Let's combine the cheap electricity produced by say solar or wind, which is now available around 2-3 cents, and that can be very conveniently used in hybrid form. It is for the variety of products like what we have observed in the mushroom, strawberry, these are the kiwi, dragon fruit, all these things where this some control temperature is to be given in other areas. It will serve a farmer's need, which is at the very tail end of the society. It will contribute in a big way. Water facility is spread over countryside at our rural village level or a block of village level. We are going to celebrating this 75 year of our independence, the Amrit Mahotsav year, where our Rural Development Department of Government of India is creating 75,000 in the 75th year. The big pond, its renovation as well as this. We have to see how efficiently we can use these resources, water-based cooling solution we can provide at say 2,000 or 3,000 or 5,000 places spread over the country, so that they have the market real storage capacity available. Another problem we are envisaging in the drinking water. As per our groundwater board as well as the multinational datas available, the groundwater has been witnessing the sufficient decline, as well as the agriculture activities or any other activity. Its salinity is on increase. So what we are envisaging in the coming decade, half of the districts may likely to face the drinking water problems and groundwater depletion with higher salinity. People may have to need to migrate to the adjoining area to in the search of the water. So this saline water combined with the other RDs and how the geothermal can give a solution to make it available water from the saline water as well as in coastal area from the sea water. This area can be thought of a possible area where we can encounter the geothermal electric power also, solar also, and the groundwater. These GSSP applications, heating applications can be there. Geothermal hybrid solutions are welcome, and all our technologists and commercial solutions are most welcome. We will be supporting this through our various other ministries also. Depending on the pinpointed, the venture has been supported in the greenhouse, but not in the heat pump where we can do it. The same thing can be replicated in the other countries in Asia and Africa, where I have gone for it is giving it is a need of the time, and they are also experiencing the same situation as we have experienced. In the fisheries in general, as you know, we are contributing only 1% to the global trade, especially in the ornamental fisheries. despite we in India alone, we have around 1 million hobbyists, and we are blessed with the 288 exotic varieties. The trade figures also have put there is enough market available if we can give the solution, the heating solution or the temperature control, preferably in the 18 to 29 degrees centigrade. It will increase the yield a lot and raise the bottom line of the commercial venture, because these will be where our target area. In this, energy being the costly input in addition to the seeds and other things. And when we really compared with the fossil fuel or the electricity, because the electricity, the reaching cost to the venue, to the any individual customer or the entrepreneur, 10 cents. And we are sure we can give them the heating solution, just like we have been giving in the industrial heating applications and other things. GSHP can give a ideal economic solution to the entrepreneur. India resources, we have got, these are the some of the provinces I have listed where they are leading, and a lot of requirements can be fed from there. India provides the overall, these are the natural resources I have indicated, around rivers and canals, 2.2 million kilometers, floodplains 1.2 million hectare, reservoirs have been created 3.5 million hectare, ponds, lakes, as I just now mentioned, it spreads to the rural areas, 2.36 million hectare. Brackish water area is also to the similar extent available. Here, the nearby load centers or the facilities, we have got ample opportunity to create GSHP applications, the heating cooling applications, and we will come out as per the industry needs. When it is a need of the farmer, it will be suitably supported also from the government. We will devise it in as the time comes. Incentives for the geothermal heating cooling, what I could envisage. Even now solar and these things we are considering in the RESCO model, that is this renewable energy services model, in which capital cost and other things are being provided. The user pays only the service rents. When we consider the high cost of diesel, more than $1 per liter, usage of geothermal energy will result in great saving for the user. And we need to spread the awareness, which we are already doing through our platforms, various platforms. And in this, I would like that if IGA can come further with the India specific, where we can go for the more awareness programs in the tail end, it will create a good market for us. Since payback period here is only 3 to 4 to 5 years, recovery of the capital cost is fast, and any financial model thereafter up to suitable time, handsome profit can be taken by the entrepreneur also. For the investor, they can expect high return in this model as it is available in the other solar market, in the solar rooftop, and it is very popular in India. Now it is catching up, and there we are providing some support also, around 10% of the capital cost. In general, I want to emphasize that there is a huge market available for ground source heat pump in India. And even if we go as per the market modeling, the reaching cost with respect to fossil fuel, the furnace oil or diesel, or even through electricity also, considering the COP available with that, it is, we are going to have an edge over it. Vision 2030 in India, we want to support the demonstration plant as per our demonstration policies up to 20 megawatt I want to establish by the next 3-4 years by 2030. MNRE, this Government of India R&D policy provides up to 50% financial support depending on the technology and the depth of the drilling. So this will be decided whenever some entrepreneur or developer comes forward. Our target region will be coming to around 10 cents. 10 cents a unit will give it will find a possible buyer in the commercial model thereafter also. That is what I want to say. Our target area cost is 10 cents with this electric production. We want to get 1 gigawatt thermal heating cooling application by 2030 and 5 gigawatt by 2040. India tubewell industry for this groundwater exploitation for the agriculture and other groundwater potable water need of the population. The same infrastructure can be used by GSHP with the suitable financial model. So once that thing is available, we have to concentrate on the heat pumps, how it can be provided little subsidized to the smaller user, less than say 10 kilowatt or something like that. Government of India proposes to deploy on the RESCO model and other side supports like in the form of transmission or any sort of policy directions for ease of business will be provided. As it is available in 3 to 5 years payback period, we expect that users will warm-heartedly welcome it, and that is what the demand also had keep on coming. We just have to apply the suitable solutions. In this, FDI is welcome, is available as applicable in the other forms of renewable energy, and or they can apply for the loan. The entrepreneur or the developer will be provided, despite the low awareness, they will be provided loan for this GSHP applications. And RD is, in India is a priority sector lending. So any financial institution will be more educated. They will provide the facilities. In the end, I will say that GSHP is a cheaper solutions, especially for the remote locations when compared to the diesel generation. And in heat transfer, cooling application, of course, you can have, but heating applications, certain more innovations are required where we can give the storage of heat also for the off time to this, so that it can be stored and distributed. It can be enhanced. Again, comes to the hybrid model. So in this way, some of the this India scenario, what I have emphasized, if either from the power plant or the GSHP, these are the apartment or the space heating, cooling, greenhouse, fish farming, and drinking water. Is to giving a storage space to the food, processed food, or the fruit vegetable is also our target. This is just a indicative closed space, and we have got other horticulture and fruit applications available. Thank you. Now I'll hand over to Dr. Varun, and for any question answers, I'll welcome the delegates.
Thank you, Dr. Thank you very much for the excellent talk. Ladies and gentlemen, if any questions are there, please put in the chat box. We'll follow up after this brief note. So as we see from Dr. Kumar's talk, India is really pushing forward on the heating cooling side of geothermal, and over the next 10 to 15 years, we have set very ambitious targets. In addition to it, I think India also wants to develop a model like the International Solar Alliance, where India is leading the efforts to build a consensus among the third world nations to adopt geothermal for heating, cooling, agriculture, and other non-power verticals. So with this, having said this, we really look forward for India's support and welcoming more investments and creating a more positive environment for the investors. Thank you very much, Dr. Kumar. This presentation will be available online for all to view the future. Andrew, over to you for question and answers, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Kumar, and thank you, Thank you, Varun, and thank you, Dr. Kumar. Very aspirational geothermal plans for India, I see, which is just terrific. We have a few questions. If you would like to answer them, I'll read them out for you.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, we have one question from Yogendra Narayana. What is the policy on extracting geothermal energy from abandoned oil and gas wells?
Okay. This oil and gas, our another organization, the Oil and Natural Gas Agency, they have ample available, and I believe with availability of these wells, and we are able to produce geothermal at a quite competitive rate. Again, around the 3, 4, 5 cents it will come. Then it is a possible venture. Any this we have been welcoming also our sister organization, Petroleum Ministry, and this is also we have kept one of the target area, and we are in close cooperation. In fact, our this Oil and Natural Gas Commission (ONGC) is only establishing a first geothermal plant in Ladakh in India, so that next year it will come off, and the same agency is having around more than a few hundred wells available, abandoned wells. They will give it on use basis. Any entrepreneur or developer, they want to come on a commercial model, and we expect it to generate a lot of electricity, and its demand is readily available.
Are these abandoned wells located in one of the 7 areas that you showed on your atlas map?
Yes, mostly.
Okay.
Mostly.
It is.
Mostly. There's a question from Vijay Chauhan. I have a question about the drilling depth. Why do we need to drill deep wells? What's the thinking behind that? Are they for power generation?
Yes, for power generation only. In fact, why? Because India is in little having medium enthalpy resource available, and unless we go deep, as some research areas coming like MIT research also, when we go deep, the more we will encounter more heat and high temperature. So with that abundant, our LCOE can come around 4 or 5 cents and give competition to the other people like solar with the storage. I'm always comparing. We are always comparing not solar individual, solar with the storage. So we will give even half in case of the ultra deep drilling. We can even provide half the tariff than this with the solar plus battery in say next 5 years. Whatever in the storage rates are down, but still we can give the tough competition in 2030. So I am told if we go, because at higher level for Mr. Vijay's consumption, we don't have sufficient this resources available, a few hundred megawatts or so. So we have to go a little deep and find the resources. Thank you.
Okay, so another question from Vivek Vats. Is there a current tariff structure for geothermal electricity? Is there a current tariff structure for geothermal electricity?
No, it is not at the present. What I have in India Vision, I have stated that around 20 megawatts we want to establish, where we will be providing the suitable grant or assistance from the government. so that it can be brought to a marketable electricity rate. And once this thing is achieved, it will come on the commercial mode.
Are there any initiatives by the government to support research and development in the form of data sharing with educational institutions?
Yes, this for the awareness program, we are already having in our ministry, the publicity department separately, where we are conducting the training for the renewable energy workers as well as the entrepreneurs. And many academic institutions have been associated in hundreds, the technical colleges and other colleges. They have joined under our human resource development program. So there in the HRD, it can be provided. Geothermal, in case our members suggest us, then we can include a few institutes and they can bring them also on the training or knowledge dissemination purpose. We can be good. So we are ready to promote that.
Okay. I've got another question here, just about social issues and cultural issues around the geothermal areas. There must be that. I mean, is there much work going on that, trying to get local people to understand the potential resource they have, and then trying to meld that in and dovetail that in with cultural aspects? Is that
not exactly?
That must be quite a tricky situation, yeah.
No, that thing will be taken. Now, wherever we are targeting, rather people are welcoming that you come and do something for them. Like I said, Himalayan regions. Only thing near about some religious places, if that thing comes, so that little bit have to be taken care of. That is also manageable. There is no social issues. People go for the commercial as well as when their needs are met, they will welcome it definitely.
Yeah,
and then these rural areas, if you give them a cooling solution based on GSHP at the half or one-third cost, one of the suggestions came from the members only. Why not every village be provided by these scrap containers? Scrap containers can be insulated, made, and let that be developed, and there are thousands available. So there is no need to make anything. Wherever pond or any your loop facility is available, let us and the road network in India has improved a lot. Almost every rural, wherever you will find this cooling application, roads are there, transmission is there, normal electricity, every village has been electrified. So if we think of any hybrid solution, suppose that time sufficient geothermal is not available, GSHP, we supplement it. There is no problem. We supplement through any RE, or we supplement to electricity is available mostly. So that time around 10 years back, that thing is gone. And here our GSHP entrepreneurs can give a very befitting solution, and people welcome solution. So I don't find any reason. We want to give the awareness of next 2-3 years. We will, Mr. Vivek has suggested very rightly, we will for the more awareness.
Yeah,
and
I think it's
us, but we will go.
It's important. I think having established some education programs just to inform people what you're trying to do, and it's not one or the other. You can actually have both, sensitive cultural issues merging with the needs of providing energy for people. There's another question here. Is there any program for geothermal exploration by the Geological Society of India or anyone else? So who's leading the geothermal exploration of India?
Geological Survey of India, they are going for this resource assessment through they have got facilities and equipments available. So they are mostly, first thing that they are refining the data on some prominent locations, as well as other locations also they have to pinpoint the area. They are updating it. And also their institute, they are helping in the spreading the geothermal awareness. And we have been organizing some seminars with the like All India, this Farmers Association, other rural applications. There we are giving these messages. This thing is available.
Yeah.
Greenhouse available. We can give them the real energy efficient solution. So such things they are aware. Only thing we have to make a concerted effort and reaching out to the people. So reaching out to the people in any form is welcome, and we'll support it.
All right, we've got a message from Yogendra Narayanan. His research group at the IIT Bombay is keen to collaborate. He's left his details there for you to note down. That's good. This is what these webinars are all about bringing people together. So I can't see any other questions coming in. So we might wrap it up there, if that's okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Kumar. It's very informative, and all the best and good luck for your geothermal aspirations of India.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Girish Kumar. And any help India needs from us, the Asia Pacific branch, we are always here to help and promote geothermal across the region. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you all the ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.